Greetings everyone. My name is Vinay. So today's agenda, we'll learn about reporting and metrics in QRadar SOAR. We'll see how to generate reports and analyze performance metrics. We'll be able to customize dashboard. And later parts of the session, we'll see how to check basic connectivity and server status, review different logs that are available on the system in case if you face any errors, and we'll see how to check the app host and the containers. We are working with some assumptions here. We believe you possess a fundamental grasp of IT security and you're familiar with the basic concepts of SOAR. Now, before we proceed, there's a slight announcement that came up recently. So there's a versioning change that's happening for SOAR. So as you know, IBM Security QRadar SOAR typically releases feature updates each quarter and patch updates each month. Going forward from version 51, there is a versioning change. All the details have been provided in the links. If you are curious about the version release, modification, and fix, commonly known as VRMF, that link is also available. And the support lifecycle for QRadar SOAR is also available on the links. So let's get started. Let's look at reports and dashboards. So the analytics dashboard is available from the dashboard menu. It presents statistical information in the form of tables and charts. You can use the provided predefined widgets, or you can create your own tables and charts and save them in the customized dashboard. The reports feature, on the other hand, provides detailed information about incidents. You can generate a report on one or more incidents from the incidents page or directly from a specific incident. You can also use a predefined report template, or you can create your own template to specify which data you wish to include in the report. Primarily, the analytics dashboard provides access to various charts and graphs for viewing statistical information depending on your access and permission level. It also provides a selection of predefined widgets, such as tables and charts, which you can place on the dashboard. Now, once you have all the widgets in place, you would like to customize your dashboard. You would want to make sure that all the relevant information that you wish to see on a day-to-day basis are available on the widgets. Maybe not all widgets could be applicable to your environment. You may want to remove some, you may want to add some, you may want to even customize the existing widgets. So here are the ways that you can customize your analytics dashboard. So you can add a widget, you can configure and remove a widget, you can filter information, you can save the changes as a new dashboard. You can provide a name to the dashboard. If you don't find the relevance in the name, you can change the name of the dashboard at any given point of time. You can share this dashboard with users. You want to make sure that all the set of users who log in on the SOAR platform day in, day out should be able to look at the dashboards and understand what's happening with all the incidents around. So you can share these dashboards with the users. And also, you can also add headers, images, and text. Now let's look at custom graphs. You can create custom graphs to display incident trends over time. Now, some of these graphs that are loaded out of the box are tables, pie chart, bars, lines, donuts. We'll be looking at all of this during our demo session. You can create a custom graph by adding a custom widget. You can add fields and filters to focus on the information that are relevant to your organization. For best results, what we recommend is you create test graphs and variations to become familiar with the graphing capabilities. Let's say you want to create a graph that shows average time for incidents to close per month and sort it by incident severity and by geographical location. Now, some of the examples that we typically see on a day-to-day basis are graphs that are created with incidents over time, average time taken to close incidents by severity, average time to close incidents by workspace. If you remember in one of the sessions, we discussed about different workspace, and each workspace are designated to handle incidents of certain type. Now you would be curious to know, typically on the management level, they would be curious to know how much time was taken to close an incident by a particular workspace to understand how is the flow. So that's how you can customize all your graphs. Now, before you begin creating a custom graph, it is useful to design your graph in advance and define the time range. Then you can identify the filters and fields you need to narrow down the data that is displayed in the graph. Now, typically creating a graph requires some trial and error and fine tuning. Broadly, creating graphs can be classified as graphs over time and graphs over time tracker. Now, the procedure for these two remain the same. You select dashboards, then navigate to analytics dashboard, and then there's an option to click add widget. Once you click on add widget, there's a pop-up window that shows that gives an option to click custom incident widget. We'll be looking at this in our demo session. So where do they actually differ? We see there are two types of graphs that we have. One is you can create graphs over time, and one is that can create graphs using time tracker. Both are graphs. So how they're really different? So where do they actually differ? Or what kind of information does each type of graph provides us? The difference is graphs over time are useful for collecting information about incidents over a period of time. Let's say you wish to check how many incidents have been created over last 1 week or 15 days or a month. How many incidents with severity high were created in last 30 days. For graphs using time tracker, it is typically used to determine how much time an incident has spent in each value of a chosen field. What do I mean by that? You can track how long incidents remain in each phase of the incident before it moves to the next phase. Let's take an example. Now, in your organization, you have SOC analysts working on incidents day in, day out. And as you all know, these incidents go through various phases. Let's say each phase involves a response from a team, or there are multiple teams working on a particular phase. What are the phases of an incident? If you remember, we discussed there is initial, there is engage, there is detect or analyze, respond, and complete. Now, if you wish to see how much time an incident has spent in engage phase or respond phase, now you would be curious to know, or probably you must be wondering, why would I want to look at an incident spending time in a phase? How is it relevant? How is it really useful for me? Now, let's say if an incident is supposed to be completed in an hour, okay, it goes through all the phases and reaches the complete stage in an hour, but it got completed in 5 hours. Now, the time tracker graph will help you understand in which phase the incident took more time. So let's say there's a team that works in initial, there is a team that works on engage, and probably there are a couple of teams who work in respond phase. Okay. Now, the response is the phase where the graph shows it took 3 hours. So now you can reach out to the concerned team working in the respond phase, and you can look for a relevant explanation, or you can find resolution as to why it took so much time for that team to respond or complete the respond phase of an incident. And then you can improve on the resolution of that. So that's how these graphs are useful either over time, or you can create graphs using the time tracker. So far, we've looked at the dashboards. Now we'll explore reports. You can generate a report on a single incident or on multiple incidents. You can use a standard template to format this report, or you can customize your reports. You can create a template to meet your expectations or your needs. Now, there are two methods to create reports based on the scope of information. So let's say your scope is to cover only a single incident report. Methods that are available is you can download the incident history report, or you can generate an incident report. Now, if you select multiple incident reports, the method that's available is export all. You can export a selected information, or you can generate a report out of the multiple incidents. Now, types of reports, now that you have understood and you know that these are the methods to generate a report or pull information out of incidents. What are the type of reports that SOAR platform has to offer? So there are three types. One is system reports, one is shared reports, and there is your reports. System reports, these are predefined templates that are included within the SOAR platform. You can select a system report and use it as a basis for creating your own template. But remember, you cannot modify or delete the predefined template. You can create one more template out of the existing system report. Shared reports, as the name suggests, reports that are created and shared by another user. You can select a shared report and use it as a basis for creating your own template. Here, you can edit or delete the shared report template that has been provided to you. And the last one, your reports. Pretty simple, reports that are created and saved by you. Again, you can customize one of your own reports, and then you can select that report. There's an option to click Save As to create a new report template. You can edit and delete these reports as well. That template report will be available in the drop-down option while you're selecting to generate a report. We'll be looking at this during our demo session. Now, customizing dashboards or creating reports or templates can sometimes get confusing. Let me make it easy for you through this demo. I'll quickly switch to our, I hope the screen is visible. I'll just quickly zoom a little bit for you. So I've logged in the SOAR platform. This is our welcome page I can see. So dashboards and reports that we have been discussing today in this session. So let's look at how to create reports. So you need to click on incidents here. And I'll just probably zoom out a little bit. Yeah, so these are the incidents that we have worked on so far in our SOAR platform. There are, you can see 1 to 10 out of 23 items. So we have these many incidents here. So let's see how to create a report here. So I'll select all of this. I want to create a report out of all the incidents that are there currently on the SOAR platform. So once you select all the incidents, there's an option to click on export. You can see the methods that we discussed about just a couple of minutes ago in one of the slides. These are the options that you can see when you select all the incidents. There is export all, there is export selected, and there is generate report. So let's say I select on export all. So here is what it comes up on the screen. You can export only visible columns or alternatively all the columns. Remember, exporting all the columns can take several minutes. So export visible columns, what does it mean is all the columns right now that we see on the screen. I'll just quickly go back. I'll zoom out for you. So these are the columns that we see right now here, right? Name, description, date discovered, owner, phase, severity. These are the columns that we have right now. If you feel that since we know that this has been customized, right, we can always add more columns to this customize columns option. We had done this in one of our sessions. So you can customize, add more columns, but you still wish to have that information. So you can export all and you can select export all columns. All the columns which may or may not have information will all get selected and will be exported. So for now, I'll just click on export visible columns. I'll click on export. There's a pop-up window that comes up here on the top right of your screen. Download generation complete. It says both actions will delete the file from the system. But if I click, so before I do that, there's an option to click on download. And there's a pop-up. It says Excel report with today's date and timestamp. So I'll click on save. There it is. So it's ready. I'll just click on this and open up. And this is how my sheet appears. So all those who are experts with Excel sheet, you can customize all of these columns and add or delete or remove values that you need or you don't need. So this is how the Excel sheet appears for us once you generate the report for all the incidents. Now, let's say you don't want all the incidents. You only want some of them. Like let's say there is QRadar IDs. I want these three. I can still create an incident, rather a report out of these incidents. Again, it gives me an option to click on export all or export selected. I can do this even for one. I select just one incident here. I'll scroll up, click on export. There's an option to click on export all. I still get that option. Now, this is about exporting. This is one of the methods that we have. So we looked at how to export all the information related to incidents. Now I wish to generate a report out of it. You see, I have selected all the incidents. There is an option to click on generate report. I'll just zoom it for you. So I'll click on generate report. So here it says generate a printable report from the system defined or custom templates. Okay. Let's see what templates do we have. So these are the 5 types of templates that are available by default out of the box on the SOAR platform. Okay, so there is executive summary, breach summary, security incident details, breach incident details, incident history. Now we'll not be looking at each of this because of the time constraint. I'll take an example and show you each type of template provides different kind of information in each of the reports. So you may want to try that in your environment. Let's say I'm looking at executive summary. Okay, so it gives me an option to click here on print. So I'll click on print. It says it's preparing your report. So similarly, like executive summary, breach, incident details, you have multiple options available that you can use to create your, or rather generate your reports. This will take a couple of seconds more. So based on the number of incidents that you have in your environment is probably what the amount of time it would take to pick up and generate a report out of it. So you may want to make sure that you're generating a report out of incidents that you really need in your report. So here is an option to the destination here. You can see it gives me an option to say save as PDF. So I can click and save on PDF. Again, it says incidents as the name. You can rename this as to your convenience. I'll click on save. It says it's already exists because I had tried this earlier. So I'll say yes, replace this, and it would be saved on the disk. Now, when I selected this executive summary, or let's say security incident details, you see there's an option that got activated, customize template. Okay, let's check what this means. So security incident details. So here it gives me an option to customize this template. So as you know, this is the default template given to me on the SOAR platform out of the box. Now, there are details. So what does this really offer? It gives me information about details, incident notes, members, attachments, statistics, all of this, the boxes that have been checked. Now, let's say you probably have tried creating this report in the past, and it does not really contain all the information that you were looking for. So let's say it does not have privacy and data types. You wanted these two information as well in your report for related to security incident details. Now here you have an option to click on save as. So here you can save as uh, test, let's say incident details report. Okay, you can give any description. Sharing, it shows here as private as shared. What does that mean? That if it's private, it will be available only to you. If you click on shared, all the users who log into SOAR platform and with the role or permission gives them the ability to generate reports, they will be able to use your template as well to generate the report. So use this option wisely. So for now, I'm going to click on shared. I'll click on save. So it says layout has been updated. The information is available. Now, let's say we'll go back. Now, if I wish to remove or delete, I have an option to delete incident details report. That's what it's showing. If you wish to switch to other reports directly, so you can see your reports. If you remember the 3 types that we had discussed, so one of this is here, there is your reports. So incident details report is what was created, and you can see this icon right next to it that shows it has been shared. Okay. Now we will, so after now that we have customized, I'll go back to incidents again. I'll select all this. I'll click on export. I'll click on generate report. I'll scroll down and there is incident details report. You can see this icon. This means that this has been generated by you. So you can select this. Again, it again gives you an option to customize. If you click on customize, you can again go ahead and customize and save it. If you click on print, it takes me back again to the option to save this particular report for the incident report, details report. So it will now use the new template that we have created, and then it will go ahead and generate a report for us. So all the reports that we have by default, at any given point of time, you can select any particular report, generate a report out of it, select a particular template, generate a report out of it, and then go ahead and create it if you don't like the information that is being shared. So let's say this is showing all the information related to incidents. Now, as let's say in one of the pages, you don't see enough information. Like I said, you can go ahead and customize it, save it, and then start using that as a template. So I'm going to cancel this out right now because we have already done that once. So this is all that we have about reports, how you can create multiple reports. You can use customized templates. You can create new templates. You can delete them if you don't find them right. Now let's go back to dashboards now. So dashboards menu, on the option here, there is analytics dashboard. So this is the opening page of analytics dashboard in your platform. Let's explore each of this. So there's a dashboard header. There's incidents over time by type. There's incidents by phase, incidents by duration, incidents by severity, incidents by owner, by type. So you can see there is a lot of information that is available on the dashboard showing different kinds of data in different forms. There is bar, there is pie chart, there is table. So there is lines, there is graph here, there is lines available here. So highlight and it'll give you a lot of information. You can see I highlighted this. It says there are 2 incidents related to phishing. There is a stolen PDA smartphone. There is 1 incident on it. When was it created? What's its progress? Everything is available here. Now, these windows, or rather, each of these that you see here, which gets highlighted every time I hover, these are all called widgets. So if you remember at the start, we spoke about widgets that you can customize or add or delete. So all these widgets are available. Now, before we start adding or creating widgets, let's understand how to make use of the existing widget that we have. So let's take incidents over time by type as an example. Now, I don't really understand, maybe not everyone is well versed with using this kind of form of information. So can I make it more readable for myself? Yes. So you can click this hamburger menu here on the right, and then scroll down. There's an option to click on toggle data table. Now, this gives you more better option, making more sense of this data. Similarly, let's say I wish to try open incidents by severity. I will try hitting toggle data. You can see there is category, unknown, low, and medium. What are the number of incidents that I have? In unknown category, there is 5, there is 13 in low, and 4 in medium. So pretty much most of the widgets give you that hamburger menu where you can click on it and hit on toggle data table, which gives you more sensible or more readable information. Now, incidents over time type. Now, this diagram probably is very useful for management. Team leads, managers, they tend to use this kind of graphs in their presentations. Now, if somebody asks you, how do I fetch this information? Can I extract this? One way would be to taking a straight screenshot out of this and edit it in any graphical tool. Other easiest way to maintain the essence of this, again, go back to hamburger menu. There's an option to click on download PNG or download JPEG. There are 2 formats. So you can click on download JPEG, and there is incidents over time. It got saved. I'll just quickly click and see. So this beautiful graph is now available ready, which can be straight away used in your presentations. I close this one out. Now, all this information that you see here is for last 30 days, September 27th to October 27th. Now, if you wish to change this time, you will say like, I want it only for 1 week, or I want it for 2 weeks. So here, if you hover, there's a spanner icon which says configure. Once you click on it, you get an option to configure this widget. So if you remember, we spoke about doing some trial and error before you start creating your dashboards or your graphs. So this is how you do it. So you can configure this range. You can give a custom range. You can change it to days or months. You can do it for this month or within 13 days. If you like to have a custom range, you can select it from the calendar here. Select the date and it'll update that information. Now, this is about all that information that you can play or things that it can do with your existing widgets. Now, let's say you wish to add one more widget, which probably gives a different kind of information or graph. How do you do that? Here is an option to click on Add Widget. I'll click on Add Widget. So you can see these are the widgets that are available from the SOAR platform. So the numbers that you see here next to each of them, it signifies that the number of times this widget was used. So it says open incidents by owner, number of times as in the number of times this widget has been placed on my dashboard. So this one time, all of this has been done. Custom incident widget shows four. There is 4 times that was applied. So custom incident widget is what we discussed about at the start of this session. So I'll be clicking on that. There is no data at this point of time. So I'll quickly say test dashboard. I'll size full. Now, these are the options that we have here. Let's say typically whenever it comes to incidents, we tend to use severity. So you can see it's such an easy way. You can just hit the search, drag it and drop it here, and immediately it gives you. So by default, table is the option that has been selected. Hence, you see the information. So for severity, which does not have any value, there are 4 incidents. Low is 6, medium is 4. Total number of incidents 14. Now, if you're not a fan of table, you like pie charts, click on pie. You want to click on line. You want to click on bar. All these options are available. Let's say you're a fan of columns. There is stacked bar, all of this. So this is how you pull up all this information. So let's say I'll select probably columns. So columns is what I like to have. Okay. So severity, this is the information that I have, and I'll click on the bottom as save. All right. So test dashboard, you can see this information is available. Again, this gives me a hamburger option. I can download this JPEG or toggle data table, gives me that information. There's again a spanner icon, takes me back to the configuration. I can change this value. Date created is within 30 days. If I don't want in 30 days, I can change it. I'll say, okay, go for all. Click on update. Uh, probably select bar this time. Save it. It gives you a test dashboard again. Now it's in this format. Okay. Now, this is what we know about adding widgets, customizing widgets, existing ones, and the new ones. Now, you was to save this dashboard, right? The analytics dashboard that the SOAR platform offers is by default, but you would want to customize your own. You do want certain information to be there. You may not require ownership time by incident. I don't like this. I probably don't need it. It does not make much sense to me. MTR respond by severity, yeah, this could be important. So one of the widgets has been removed. I don't want it, but I don't want to be a part of it. So you click here on save as. Okay. So we'll write it as test dashboard. Description would be test dashboard for myself. All right. So again, this gives me an option to click on sharing, private or shared. When I say private, this dashboard will be available only for myself. If I click on shared, this dashboard will be available to everyone. What I mean by that is all the users who will be logging into SOAR platform with relevant roles and permissions who have access to dashboards will also be having an option to view this dashboard. In case if they have permissions to, you know, delete or modify dashboard, they will be able to modify and delete that dashboard, and those changes will be applicable to all the users. Okay. So let's say I'm clicking on shared, I'll click on save. So this dashboard, now if you can see the name has changed from analytics dashboard to test dashboard. Now you want to see how many dashboards do we have, right? There's one more that we got created. So you click on this icon here. You can see there is shared dashboards, analytics which is the default one. And under my dashboards, now you see there's a test dashboard again with an icon shared. Okay. Now you wish to manage both these. There is an option to manage dashboards. You click on manage. Here is the dashboard that we have created, test dashboard. This is shared, owner is me, there's a description, and there's an action, edit or delete. Now remember that this option may not be available for all the users. If you remember during our session on the incidents and user management, we had created users and we had assigned them with roles and privileges by clicking on Edit User. There we had an option to select them as master administrator or incident creator or incident viewer for that matter. Roles or permissions like incident creator or incident viewer typically do not have access to dashboards. So they will not see this information. They'll be able to click on manage dashboards and come here, but they'll not have anything related to actions. This will be all blank for them. So make sure that if somebody should have the authority to edit or delete dashboards, you need to give them the right set of permissions. So let's go back to analytics dashboards. So at any given point of time, you wish to switch, you can click on analytics or test dashboard. I'm on test dashboard right now. I'll go back and click on manage. I wish to edit and I say that no, I don't want to share this dashboard with anyone. I'll click on private, click on save. Now you can see the icon has changed. It's not group anymore. So I go to dashboards, analytics. Now you can see it's private. So this is all that we understand or we know about dashboards. You can click on add widget, you can customize, you can remove those widgets. You can add as many dashboards as you like with the relevant set of sharing permissions, whether you wish to keep it as private or shared. And the relevant users with relevant access will be able to add, delete, or modify, or they can just view the dashboards. Similarly, along the report side, you select a single incident or multiple incidents, choose the option to export, and you can generate reports, and you can customize your report templates, create multiple reports out of it. You can change your templates at any given point of time. All right, so this is all about reports and dashboards. I hope this demo session has made it easy for you. Now you can log in into your SOAR platform in your environment and go ahead and create as many dashboards and reports as you like, customize it as the way you like it.